Hello, all you wild, weird, wacky people live out there in YouTube land. How the hell are you? Well, it's another day and another rainfall here in Ireland. But I hope you're all keeping well, and I hope the weather is treating you a little bit better than it is here. So we'll just wait for a few people to come in. I was supposed, well, today or this week has just been a really sort of busy week for me. And I know I'm a good hour later than I normally am, but I'm just trying to squeeze in a few lives when I can get the chance to do them. So I have the time today. Hey, Cassius, how you doing, darling? So I'm going to wait for a few more people to come in, but I would like to talk about a particular case. I think Netflix has done a new series on him, Ed Gein. I've always found that man, I mean, completely crazy. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, completely nuts. Um, but fascinating, a fascinating guy. Yeah, just for, I suppose he was very conditioned by his mother. The mother had a huge part to play in the way he thought, and basically she shaped his view of the world and everything in it. So yeah, if you don't mind, Cass, we'll just hang on for a few more people to pop in and then we can get going. I hope Salty's doing well. I haven't spoken to her for a bit, so just tell her I said hello. I know Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, keeping good. Great. Look out for the convo. I got his voice things really. I can't really see the. I hate that $sign there with that on the chat, because you can never really see the end of what somebody's saying. Look out for the convo with him and how he got the voice and things. Actually, really good. Oh, okay. She's great. Okay, that's good. Good to know. Good to know. Hey Brian, how you doing? What are you laughing at already? You're only in the door and you're off already. So for anybody who's only coming in, I don't want to have to keep repeating this over and over. So for anybody who's coming in, I wanted to talk, and maybe we might do a couple of days on this guy, because he's an absolute nut job. But it's an old case, and I think everybody has either heard of him or aftershave. Stop it, you. I think everybody has either heard of him or watched some sort of documentary about him. I mean, I think there's plenty of them on YouTube. But yeah, so Ed Gein, there was so many movies based on him and the crimes that he committed. Yeah, there were talk about crimes against humanity. They were pretty gnarly. To the point where he used bones for knives and forks. He made soup bowls out of skulls, and he used skin for making lampshades and chairs. And this guy was really, gone. He was gone. But his mother and his upbringing had a huge part to play in that. The mother and the father didn't really see eye to eye, didn't get on. Then the father left, and she was left on her own with the two boys. So she hated women. She absolutely hated women, and all women except her. And she would drum that into her boys, like, all women are horrible creatures. They're this, they're that. John, try. Oh, are you two still at it? So, everything was Bible bashed, and women were evil souls, all of that. So it really did a job on his psychology as he was growing up, as a young boy growing up. He was obviously curious. There was young girls in his class, young girls that lived nearby. He was his body was changing, and he had urges like every teenager does. But that mother shot that down in all ways. And he adored his mother. Like, he had an adoration for her that was so unhealthy, so bad for anybody really to idolize any parent the way he did. It was very unhealthy. So much so, later on, I would have definitely expected him to have sort of very unhealthy sexual thoughts about his mother. um And that, I think, left him very confused about dating, about everything in his life. So I'm because it's just on spec, I will write down some of the victims' names. It's just something I thought about before I was going live. I find this guy very interesting. Lady Witch, how you doing? I'm just talking about Ed Gein. Now, like that, I like Ted Bundy. There's lots I know about him. Lots. I think everybody knows about Ed Gein, but it's just something that was in my head yesterday and today. I'll do a proper talk about maybe Monday or Tuesday. I'll let you know, but I will have the victims' names and all of that kind of timeline written down, because I do think he's just so fascinating. I mean, obviously he was deranged, but when he was eventually taken into the nut house, because I mean, no healthy person would have done what he did and killed his victims the way he did, um, and not be nuts, So he turned into this very frail, kind, nice old man while he was in the nut house, if you like. It's just very sad that a lot of people, mainly women, well, all women, I think, had to die. And it's just very sad that the mother was so damaged by the husband that she really damaged her two boys. One of the brothers, obviously there was only two of them, so Gaines' brother, as a young man, he fell in love and wanted to get married. And when they were both out in the cornfield, he was telling his brother, "Look, I think we should get out of here. Mother is crazy." And anyway, he was coming up with a plan to leave the mother and run away with the girlfriend. But he wanted to take Ed with him because Ed, I think, was the younger brother, and he was going to take Ed with him. But Ed got very, very angry at this news that just came out of nowhere. So unfortunately, Salty, as my girl, how you doing? Yeah, we'll do it next week. Oh, lovely, brilliant, brilliant. I'm just going to give a very sort of clipped overview of a couple of the things that happened, just to whet your appetites, and then we can dig into it next week. But yeah, so he killed his first victim. Actually, this is I think his first victim was his brother. He killed him in the cornfield, then set fire to it, and claimed that he lost his brother in the field, couldn't find him when the fire started, but was able to bring the police right to his body, and didn't look like he died of smoke from the fire. But they let it go. Maybe he fell or whatever. But yeah, it just goes on and on and on. And again, I'm sure we all know the awful things that he did. Yeah, Silence of the Lambs was based on him, and there was actually quite a good few movies based on him. I'll have to go over them now and remember them. But yeah, he's an endlessly fascinating guy. And you know what, Salty, if you would come up with me, I'd really appreciate your view on it. Um, well, you're a nurse and all of that kind of thing, and I would love to get your take on Gain, basically. And yeah, I think it would be fascinating, and I think it'd be a really good talk. So next week, if you're all around, it would be lovely to have you in, if that's the kind of thing you're interested in. But most of us being from the true crime, I think it might be a good one to get into. I'm going to drop the link now because I keep forgetting to do that because I'm a clown. So if anybody wants to come up and have a chat, please do. You're more than welcome. I'm not going to be staying long. I know that's my usual battle cry, isn't it? But today I actually can't. I actually can't stay long. I have trying to catch up with things here. Doing friends favors is great, and then I let them all pile up, and then I call them all back in around Christmas. So if anybody wants to come up, do. I have about a half an hour. We can have a little chin wag. If not, I will keep this brief, and I will drop down, and I will catch you all next week. So that's the plan. If you're all around, I will let you guys know if it's Monday or Tuesday. I'll leave a post, and we'll catch up with that then. Yeah. So I hope it's the kind of case that you guys are interested in, because I know for me the whole thing, and especially the pictures as well. I don't know if any of you have ever seen the pictures of the skulls and the knives and forks and the just the chairs and like the whole lot of how he would, dismember everything and what you would do with it. It's just endlessly fascinating to me. And there's a few people that I definitely want to talk about. They're all old cases. They're all, very old case. There's another guy that fascinated me as well. Can't think of it. Was it Michael Fish? But definitely Fish is his surname, and he was a complete nut job. I don't know if any does. Can you tell me in the comments if anybody's heard of that guy Fish? I think he was a child predator, if that memory serves me correct. And I'm definitely going to do something on him, because I don't think anybody's ever done anything in recent years about that guy Fish. He was another absolute lunatic. But deadly, absolutely deadly in every way, shape, or form. I bid on his pot. Did you? Oh, I can't. Oh, Lady Witch. Oh my God. Wow. That's kind of cool. He's a perfect case. Let me see what Salty says. He's a perfect case study on how a mother can really, yeah, and Ed, yeah, absolutely. A Kemper too, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Fish was really nasty. He was horrible. Absolutely, it is a really good case study on how mothers can really mess up their sons big time. And obviously there's more than one, and we can go through that again. But so if you're interested in having a little chat about that, definitely we'll do that next week, and we'll give us something to look forward to. And maybe Kiss will be going live as well, and she can bring her kazoo. Oh my God. He used to get the weather wrong too a lot. Who's this? Big Ed. Yeah, Ed Kemper. Oh my God, yeah, he was huge. Absolutely huge. Yeah. 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 I mean, how would yeah, you wouldn't escape that guy. I mean, you just couldn't. He was a giant and strong with it. There'd be no escaping that guy. Michael Fish. Okay. Yeah, very fun. He did. Oh my God, do you remember that? He told everybody that there wasn't going to be rain or whatever, and people went to the beach, and it was a nightmare. It was torrential. Jesus. That was funny. I remember that. Yeah, he was really polite to the screws. Um he wasn't bad when he was in prison, because he was contained, but as soon as he got out, I don't know, that the demons in him would just take over, and um yeah, he'd just go back to his base, like, and just start killing girls, picking them up. And that sticker on the back of his car, because his mother worked in the universities, was something that kind of people saw and just assumed he was safe. Little did they know. But okay, so does anybody want to come up for a quick chat? Um, Anybody have their thoughts on Ed Gain, to come up and have a quick chat? We can have a quick chat about it before we do it next week. I think it's always kind of good, because it just grabs people's attention, and yeah, so they're not too. It gives people either a chance to either they want to come in, or no they don't, which is absolutely fine, because I know it can be a little bit of a, you know, his crimes were quite awful. Like, they were probably just the worst things that you can think of. But the worst things that you can think of that you can do to a human body. I wish I could, but I can't. Oh, don't worry, Salty. No problem. Yeah, we'll definitely hook up next week. We'll do that next week. Yeah, we can both do our notes, take our notes over the weekend. Okay, so on that little short and sweet note, we will kick off again. As I say, I'm not too sure if it's Monday or Tuesday. I know I have a few things coming up, but I will leave a post and I'll leave a schedule post, and we will definitely do it next week. Okay, sorry it's been a short and sweet one. I was supposed to have more stuff done, and I didn't get around to it. I've been really busy, but hopefully I should have more time next week to go live. Okay, my lovely people, thank you as always for coming in and saying hello. It's always great to see all of you. I was about to come up. Oh yeah, come up, Cass, do. Yeah, come up. So I just thought everybody was sort of got their stuff to do. Absolutely, come up. I was a click away. Oh, we'll start again. Well, I wait for you. Click on it again, or do you need the link again? Bye all. Cough, cough. I know. I'm terrible for this. I'm going and then I'm not going. I'm going and then I'm not going. But I don't sort of sit up here if I have nothing to say. I don't do the long sort of a second. Hello, Mike Cassius. How are you doing?
Hello, 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 hello. How are you doing? Top of the morning now. Okay. Um,
Don't give me
I
that
was
top of the morning shite.
the only people that think I've got the Irish accent was Sam and Maddie. Them being American, they didn't have a fucking clue what was what. But
God bless them.
I love you talking about because what had happened was I let Sam into my when Teaching States I let her into my Netflix account, so the two of us were watching it, and
Ah,
it was amazing. And she knows so much. I was texting her there, go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. No, John, I'll do it next time. I'll do it next time. I'm really busy. I'm really busy, and I wanted her to come up. I didn't know half of what her and Maddie are. And Maddie's got a real obsession with fucking Dahmer. And it's scary. I've said to her, Maddie, are you all right? Because you seem to really like Dahmer. You know
yeah.
what I mean? He was a serial killer, darling. You know that, eh? But really, what he was, he's dead now. But I found him. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I've got a bad cough. Just a bad cold. I found him really interesting in the way that what he was, like the voice and that. What I was saying earlier was the there was an interview with him and I can't mind the guy's name that played him. Charlie, is it Charlie something? Charlie, whatever.
Who are we
Uh,
talking about now? Which
Ed
serial
Gein.
killer?
Sorry, Ed
Oh,
Gein.
Ed Gein.
Sorry,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
darling.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
Whoever played him was it Charlie something?
I don't know. I
Charlie.
haven't seen it.
He's
I
a
haven't
he's a.
watched it.
Oh my god! Right, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm not going to ruin it. You know what exactly is, but no. When you watch it, some people will say that was shit. Some others will say that was really good. Now
Mm,
they done a very short interview that I saw. Literally a short on YouTube,
yeah.
and I take it it's a lot longer. And he's talking about how he got his voice because there's no many recordings. Say Ed Gein.
Oh,
There was
the,
one that nobody can get their hands on that
mm,
he managed to get that Charlie, whatever the actor that played him, he
okay.
managed to get a hold of it. Now it's really hard to get because don't ask me why. It's probably one of the things that either it's just hard to get, or they don't
Probably,
want people putting it out there.
probably, it could probably be an interview that he done either in the hospital or a doctor's in a session
Yeah,
with the doctor or psychologist, and they're probably not really happy to let that out to too many
I,
people.
I get you. So when he done that. Sorry, I didn't mean when you stop talking and just say so. I wasn't being ignorant there. So when he said to him, it's just a short thing. I'm going to say when he said about his voice, he took it from his mother. Like what he done was what he said was, I took it like with his mother being so just exactly what you said, Wiccan, about
Yeah.
his mother, his mother. I mean, he was round his mother 24/7, and he was in her shadow, and as you said, exactly, and I was amazed, like Psycho,
Mm.
Silence of the Lambs,
Oh yeah.
all these other films, they were
Yeah.
all based on him. And it was Sam that was saying to me, as we were talking on as we were talking on the phone, watching it, I was, what? And then it dawned on me and I thought, wait a minute, the skin suit,
Yeah.
old Buffalo Bill or whatever his name was, with the skin suit. And I
Mm.
thought, shit, I thought, Psycho. Right, I get it with the not Ken mother, and I thought, shit. Oh, and like when you see it, you can see Alfred Hitchcock in that in the movie.
Yeah.
Yes, well, it's meant to be Hitchcock, and like you can see him, and it goes into so many different directions. And as you said, with his brother in the
Mm.
field where he was supposedly there was a fire.
Did we lose Cass? Can anybody else hear Cassius? Ah, there you go. Oh damn! I failed. Crap. Well, I'm. Do you know what? I'm not getting your notifications, so I have to keep checking on your channel. COVIDs. So I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that. I'm not getting your notifications for some reason. I have to keep checking your channel. That's how I'm missing your lives, babe. I'm just not getting the notifications. What's not paid his bill again? Cass, you've cut off. Can somebody type in chat? Can't hear you, Cass. How are you, COVID? I hope you're keeping well, love. Hang on a second. Can't hear. Yeah. Hello. Oh, we got you. We're back. We're back. We're back.
We're back. Can you hear me?
We're back. I can hear you now. We're back.
Oh, funny. I can't. I've got you up on chat, but I can't see I can't see my picture. So anyway, I found it absolutely. It was because my phone went. I think that's what knocked me off. Um, I found it absolutely. I've just found it really interesting, and as I said, he's been around his mother. It was that really high pitched, no high pitched, but really soft
Mm,
voice. And when he done it, it was like me going to the baker's and buying a couple of pies when he killed someone. It was nothing.
yeah.
And I was horrified when I see the skulls and I says to Sam, I says, oh my God. I said, what's and I just looked at him, I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, he's using them as soup bowls. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just it's like someone killing an animal and using every single part of them, every
Well,
single part of the animal.
that's essentially what they did do, because the shed beside the house,
Yeah.
all the horrors that happened in there. Like it was like he was doing a field dressing on a wild deer that they caught out. And when you do a field dressing, you have to take everything off the bone, and you're putting it into, I suppose, carryable things, and then you can drag it with you and you leave the carcass behind. And he was essentially doing that in the sheds, in the big shed.
Yes.
He was hanging them, and yeah, like
Just
hanging
got
them on
some
hooks and letting them
hanging.
rest.
Well, that's what I will ruin one wee bit for you. There was one bit where I saw, and it was the deputy, and he's sitting, and he's because I'm just in the kitchen. He's sitting. Sorry, I'm sitting. He walks in, and he just sees like a figure. I don't want to ruin it. He just sees a figure hanging for this, just
Oh yeah,
gutted like a deer, and it's
yeah,
like, oh my fucking god! I think it's actually in the trailer, and it's like, oh my god! She's decapitated, and he's just such a monster,
yeah.
and he's just a monstrous things. But in a way, I didn't mean to feel sorry for him, but he was so messed up within. He was
Yeah, well,
so,
there is an element of that there is an element of pity for him, because you would have to be heartless if you didn't feel some pity for him or understand some of the reason why he turned out the way he did.
yeah.
I do have a certain amount of empathy for him, because
All right.
he
Sorry.
was conditioned as a very, very small young lad, and all the way grown up it was Bible, 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 women are evil, Bible, Bible, Bible.
Aye.
it,
So
it was very, yeah,
when you get this, sorry about that, about noise. When you get that, it does sort of condition you into being a sort of monstrous bastard that with no empathy and just downright sort of bad. And it changes you. I think it changes people. You still there?
yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm listening to you.
Well, it changes people. People like him changes them into being monsters, and it is a shame in a way because I don't know. They just he struck me as someone that didn't realise naturally what he was doing, and it was sad. Right at the end,
Yeah,
I can say that he actually, and I'm going to say this. I'm not going to I'm not ruin it. He does understand that he is absolutely barkers, and that's when I felt really bad. I not really bad, but that's when I felt bad for him, and I thought,
yeah,
what a fucking shame! What a shame to be in that position to to know that you to know that you don't know that you're absolutely psycho. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Um, it's just it must be so scary
Mm,
to understand and realize that you are an absolute maniac. That you think that you're talking to different people.
sure.
You're not talking to anyone. You
Yeah,
like he bought 3 radios, and he says no to the nurse. No, I'm going to keep one. I'm going to send one. It was the first. I think the first transgender woman way back in whenever, whatever year it was when he started all this.
okay.
And I think she's quite famous. Someone in the chat will know who I'm talking about. But it was some transgender woman, and it was like he thought he was talking to her. I'm not going to ruin the film for people that's watched it. It's
Yeah.
just, it's fucking sad. I felt, to me personally, and people can say,
Oh, we've lost you again, Cass. Um, we
am
lost
I,
you.
am
Oh,
I
yeah,
here?
you're
No,
back. You're back.
it's just because the scheme went off. I personally, people can say what they want about me. I felt shit for him because I thought that guy is in so much fucking pain. It's not so much pain, but he's just realised he is absolutely barkers. It's like me waking up tomorrow and figuring out that I've been talking to myself and saying, like, I've been talking to Sam and Sam's no heat, and I'm talking to some. I'm talking to a figure that
That's
I've
not
no
there.
been. That's no there, or I think I've been, and one of my family says to me, John, you've not been talking to any. There's nobody there, or you weren't talking to me, or Auntie Roberta is dead, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
me
Psychosis.
thinking, me thinking all along she's alive. So it's things like that, and I thought, oh, poor bastard,
Yeah.
you literally sat and you thought that they were all like, yeah, and it's
There's a
sad.
certain point, though. There is a certain point where you do have to kind of step back and really look at it critically, because there was a point of, there is a part of him that knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't know that he was doing what he was doing was wrong or whatever, he would be blatantly doing it in front of people. So there was a part of him that knew what he was doing was wrong,
Oh
and
yeah,
kept
absolutely, yeah.
it private and all that kind of thing. And nobody ever went to his farm to check out. Once the mother died, that was nobody ever went to his farm. But I find it insane that he used to babysit the neighbors' kids, and and they'd pay him, and He was so
It
quiet.
was Sam that told me that. Wicked.
Yeah.
Sorry, darling, I didn't mean to keep cutting you off. You've
No.
no stutter. You've no bloody spoke for 2 minutes. It's been me. I found that absolutely crazy because in the film they don't really show that. They show him looking after one kid. They don't make out that he was the local babysitter. So I
Yeah.
was quite shit. I felt quite nah. Why did you not fucking let us all know that that was the thing? It was Sam that said to me, John. I said to him, oh my god. I said to Sam, oh my god, fucking you babysat kids. And she says, John, he was a local babysitter. And I thought, what? He was
Yeah.
what? So it just
Yeah.
goes to show. It's like me. I'm babysitting kids and all that, but I've got a shed that I'm hanging corpses from and making soup bowls out of bloody skulls and things. It's
Mm.
just it's madness.
It is
And
mad.
as I said, you, I was going to say you'd have to be caught, I feel a cold-hearted bastard, not to feel sorry for him at the sort
Oh
of
yeah.
how I did at the end of the film. I did, and you would have to, you'd have to have no empathy to think about it and really think, not just off the cuff, to really think. Wait a minute, this guy was in no in a lot of pain, but this guy was absolutely barkers, and I mean fucking nuts. But and yet he didn't
Well,
know, and he
yeah,
didn't know,
would
and
have
it
been. He was in a lot of pain though, like psychologically wise. Like, the loss of his mother just finished him.
yeah, like
But
yeah,
all along, the conditioning that she put into him, like, he was never ever going to. I mean, I think once he killed the first is, I think he killed the brother first. I think that was his first kill. I
that's
think
right. Yep,
once he started on that road, and then he decided, like, there was things that he could do with the body parts, like a deer, like, oh, I know what I can do. I can make a suit. I can change myself. I can be accepted. It's the psychology of what was going on in his head that
yeah.
I find fascinating.
I
you
think
know
it's like everybody knows. Like that he
Mhm.
stayed in that much a remote place that
Yeah.
nobody was going out to see him. Like if I
Oh,
stayed at a place like that, I
yeah.
could do what I want. I could
Yeah.
literally. Um, it's like yourself. I
Mhm.
know you stay in a rural area. Imagine what you could do without anybody hearing.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you know that he used a gun. Well, he did use a gun, but if he shot a gun, his neighbours are they going to say, "Oh,
No.
what
And
else?"
I'll have to double check, but I don't think he ever used a gun, as far as I remember. I don't think he ever used a gun, but I could be wrong. I
Well,
can't
what had
remember.
happened? I think he did. No, I think he did because in the film you see him shooting someone and taking the gun. He's
Yeah.
saying, can I see the
Yeah.
gun?" And he knew the person taking the gun off the rack.
Now you say it, I remember. I think that
Yeah,
was outside the food shop, or the
yeah.
we
Inside, well, the way they
yeah.
portrayed it, it was. I don't know if they were right. This was inside the shop, and it was a woman that he was having
Yeah.
sex with.
He saw
Whether
her.
he was having sex with her or not, I'm not sure.
No, he wasn't. That was the mother. The I think the deputy was his. The woman that he killed was the deputy's aunt, or something like that. There was some connection. Um,
Ah, right. I get you.
Shop, they saw the blood trail being dragged out the back. So they went around. They were trying to find out who was the last customer. And when they checked the till, they saw Ed Gain. He bought whatever it was that he bought, and so they went out to his. That's how they went out to his house. That's how they discovered him. When they went into the shed, they just saw this carcass hanging, and that was it. They had him.
That's it. Yep, that's it. And that's how, as I say, there was so much in the film that I didn't know and I didn't understand. And it was
Oh,
Sam that was saying a lot to me, and I thought, "Are you kidding?" Sorry, I'm just taking the garbage out.
yeah,
Thought, "Are you kidding? Are you joking me?" And it was just a lot of things that Sam had said to me that I would never have picked up on because the film didn't. It wasn't portrayed in the film.
yeah,
So I just find it really strange.
yeah.
Um,
But it's definitely going to be a good
I
one the next week. It'll be a definite good one to dive into, and it'd be interesting to see what people thought of it if they have watched it. I don't know. Is it a series or is it a movie, Cass?
It's oh God, you see, it was
Don't
getting
worry, don't
Christ,
worry.
it was only a
I'll have.
couple of weeks ago. I think it was a series. I think it's no, I think it's a movie. I
Oh,
think it's
okay.
a movie. Somebody in chat will probably know a bit know more than me. I only watched it bloody well. I watched it. Sam had my code. We only watched it a couple of weeks ago, so I think it's a movie. It's yeah. It's well. I can't mind watching series after series. I think
Yeah.
it's a movie, but either way, it is one to watch, and I guarantee some people will think, "Yeah, that was shit," and whether compared to like Silence of the Lambs, whether some others will think, "Oh, that's really interesting." But either way, it's a good. They portrayed it in a good way, in a way that people can understand. But if you know the background, like us talking now,
Yeah.
once you've watched it and you do your next live, that's
Yeah.
when I'll feel not comfortable. I'll feel better because you've not seen it yet. I'll feel more comfortable about. We'll be more. We'll be able to. You'll have more information as well on it and on the film, not just on him. I mean, but and we can discuss it. But or you can discuss it if I'm up or if I'm not on panel. But you'll be able to go further into it, and you'll see the
Oh,
bits that they've missed. They've not put
well,
in the film.
I've forgotten, I've forgotten a lot of his victims, and that probably sounds terrible, but I have, and it's like Bundy and all that. I do forget names of victims or how he went, what way he murdered them. Those things might I might gloss over in my head because I don't really want to get into nitty gritties, you
I
know.
didn't think there was that many. Again, I didn't think that there was that many victims that he had, but there had to be because, oh, that's it. That's how I don't think there was that many victims because he was digging them up for the bloody cemetery.
Mm,
He was
yeah,
looking
there's
at the
a lot-
obituaries and
yeah,
then going to the cemetery and digging them up. Now,
yeah. There's a
is
lot,
that,
a whole
yeah,
lot to cover with this guy. There's so many angles. There's so many, different things, like, psychology wise, and just everything. It's just, So if you guys would watch the Ed Gain thing on Netflix over the weekend at some stage, and or even, you know what, even if you don't have Netflix, there's tons of documentaries on Ed Gain on YouTube. Have a
yeah.
watch some of them or one of them, and we'll reconvene maybe Monday or Tuesday, um, and we'll have a chat about it because I
Aye.
think it's very interesting to realize that all these, and there are a lot more, that a
Yeah,
lot of,
exactly. Yep.
yeah, that a lot of movies have been based around this guy, this character.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean really cut you off.
No, you're
That's the bit that I was astonished by. And it wasn't until Sam said, and then when I saw, yeah, it was, she said before I saw her in it, and then it jumped to like the scene where they were making Silence of the Lambs with Buffalo Bill with the skin suit, and then
oh,
it jumped on, and then it was jumped for bit for film to film to film to film. I thought, oh fuck, right, I get you.
yeah, yeah,
Shit, I get you now. These films are all nearly every one of them is based on Ed Gein. So
yeah.
he is like the father of all serial killers in a way that, sorry, all films that have been made. He's like he's like the daddy, sort of he's
Yeah,
like the main pinnacle or whatever the word I'm looking for. If all these films made, yeah,
well, this side maybe, this side of the world maybe, but if you go sort of Russia and all of that, trust me, there are so many other psychopaths, serial killing murderers, lunatics, and India as well, and Africa. I've covered quite a lot of them. If I was to bring a few of them into the fold and talk about them, what I might do is give a name one week and then say, look, you can have a look at this guy. And if you want to, I'm sure there's on
yeah,
YouTube, and we can have a chat about it. The
yeah.
following week, give people a chance to kind of figure out who these people are. I mean, there's this one in Africa.
Oh
Um,
God.
remember her name, but she was kind of being touted as the next Mother Teresa kind of thing. She had her own religion and all that kind of thing. She murdered something like 200 people or more. I mean, it was bizarre what she was getting away.
What?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it was bizarre what she was getting away with. You know, so there's all sorts of different kind of crimes out there, but we tend to stay focused on the American ones or
The
the English
American, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
Canadian or Italian or whatever. We,
Uh,
I suppose they're all English speaking and they're close to us, and so yeah, it's interesting.
American or European, yeah. And do you know what I find no interesting, but I don't know the word to use is there's the I can remember that oh, no I keep saying Kemper. He was the guy that actually started the BAU, the behavioural
Yeah,
analyst unit or whatever it was, and he is a rock star. He is absolutely brilliant because he went and interviewed all these people. He started all this shit. But what really gets me is he said there's three about just say it in my words. I'm going to just say it. There's about three serial killers at one time in America, just in America. So
oh,
you can imagine right now there's probably someone out there, even one person killing people right now.
at least I
At,
reckon.
at least one. Yeah, exactly, Darl. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can. So when you think about it in that way, it's like shit.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
there's these people. There's people out there right now that are dismembering body, that are killing
Oh,
people and doing all different horrible shit to them, and we are sitting back in our lovely wee world,
yeah.
not a care in the world, and it's not going to come to light until
It
whenever they
comes.
get caught.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? The mad thing is, you could be next door to one and you'd never know, um,
Well,
until they get dragged out
Den-
by the police. And,
Dennis Rader. Dennis Rader was a
mm,
perfect example. He
oh God.
was. I mean, he fucking. I
Mm,
hated that guy. He was so methodical. The
oh yeah.
way he spoke in court. Do
Mm.
you see that weekend? Like when he wanted to, he was going. He was. I think he was reliving like they
He was.
murdered, and he was getting off on them. But is that
He
is that what
was.
he was doing? I wasn't sure.
And I don't think they should have brought, they shouldn't have gone into any kind of detail because no
No.
one, and they would have known him, and they would have there would have been psychologists and psychiatrists and all that, and he would have been gone through all of that by the time the court came up.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have allowed that to happen in court. They shouldn't have allowed them to read
Nope.
out that type of what happened, or else not have him in the courtroom when that happened. But then I don't know if they can do that in America. I don't know what way that would work. But yeah, I mean, he was sitting there really enjoying every moment of that, And then there was this other guy, the Amazon killer. There's so many. There's just so many.
That's what you see. As you say, as you just said there, like a couple of minutes ago. I'm centering on all the killers just in America. No one
Yeah.
even Europe, in America. Now, I just come over one in Europe, and it was a guy that murdered someone. I'll have to look up, and I'll put it. I'll put it in chat, and well, you can look it up. This guy, you'll probably know him. This guy was a crazy bastard. I don't know if he was German or something, but yeah, I think he was. And he come over here. He committed a murder in Germany, and then he came over. He got out. He wrote a book. The book is meant to like I was watching a thing on YouTube, and the guy that chapter it's called, and he's the young guy. He's really
Oh,
good.
Mike.
Mike,
Yeah.
Mike, and I love you.
Yeah.
He's an Irish guy. He's probably
And it's
because
so annoying because we all say at home, gives a go at that. And I
that
can't
gives a goo.
because
That's
gives a
it.
go at that.
Oh, amazing. Gives a goo. Now I
And I,
always thought to myself, what was he talking about? Gives a goo, and it wasn't
yeah,
until I thought
gives
about
a that's what
the yeah.
it, look, and I can't use that now because that's something that just falls out of my mouth at home because he uses it. He's
Yeah.
kind of heck you, Mike.
Then
Anyway,
no last year, but 6 months ago. Yeah, I have it. Yeah, but 6 months ago, Yeah, me and Sam were watching it, and it was cut. You know when you watch it on YouTube and it keeps going on to the next one, the next one, the next one, and it
Oh
was all
yeah.
his ones. And she was always laughing when he says three, like yes, and there was three people there, and she, oh, I mean, he's absolutely brilliant. And I say to Sam, that's the kind of guy that should have a million fucking followers. He is brilliant. I've
Yeah.
not listened to his podcast yet. We can.
Podcasts are
I'd
quite
love
good.
to.
I haven't listened
Oh, I
to
can imagine.
podcasts. They're quite good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're quite interesting. Now he's having a laugh on there mostly with one of his mates. But they do talk about true crime and they do get a lot of stuff done. But it's less sort of programmy style. They're more comfortable.
Yeah,
They're having a bit of a chit chat and having a bit of a laugh. But yeah, no, it's definitely good if you watch
going to
that
have to have a
chapter
look.
and you
I'm
watch.
going to have to
Yeah,
because I love him.
yeah,
He's absolutely brilliant. And as
great.
I said, I just think that he should have a show of his own because just the way his character, I
Yeah,
can't get that word. I can't get out
I think
get
it's
my
the way
hands are
he
trapped. I've been
I think it's the way he presents a show and the way he
yeah
presents himself. It's just bang, bang, bang. He doesn't draw out things. He gets to the point. He gets the important information across, and then you've got the case, and it's a half an hour, and it's all night. He does an incredible job. He really does.
yeah.
He's great at what he does. But the podcast is really good. You get a more sense of who he is and the bit of crack that they have, and yeah, it's
Aye, good. I
really
didn't know it was him and his friend. I thought it was just maybe him. I mean, now you've told me that, it probably is even better. I'm thinking John is even better now
yeah,
that I know that it's him banging off someone else and
yeah.
bouncing. Sorry, banging. Sorry, bouncing off. What I meant
Sure,
was,
he'd be delighted to
fuck you,
know that.
Brian. Before you get any ideas, bouncing off someone else. Shit. Honestly, he keeps
Bouncing
getting me
off
with these
somebody else?
fucking
Bouncing off somebody?
aftershave banging off somebody else. Aye, John, Cassius. Aye, John, is that right?
You
But
dirty bastard,
you,
you
you
filthy,
dirty,
dirty,
you,
manky bastard, you.
you manky bastard, you. I'll tell you what, he outdone himself. Brian, you are a star with with the Halloween.
Oh my God.
Honestly,
It's unbelievable. His whole setup is like, oh my God, like holy
you should
shit.
put up
Just take
Your YouTube channel, pal.
it,
You really should.
it,
It's amazing.
yeah.
It
I
really
mean,
is.
it must take him the best part of 2 weeks to put all that up. It has to. Do you know? I mean, everything has to be put up and wires have. I
Yeah.
mean, my head melted too.
Yeah,
But
dude. I can't even put the Christmas fucking lights without them. One of them melt, and you remember the olden days when you put up the Christmas lights,
oh,
and you'd screw one in, and you'd have to go
oh
through
no,
each fucking
you
one.
wouldn't know which one is gone. You'd have to go, yeah, Jesus. I
That
remember
one,
my poor granddad doing that at Christmas,
yeah.
going through all the lights, and oh, he'd be losing his mind. God help him.
Right. See, that's what life's all about, and it really is. And I keep
Yeah,
telling people that is
it is.
memories. It's all about memories and just remembering thing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, it's all
Um,
we have at the end of the day when the ones that we love are gone. It's all we have, and make more of them. Make many, many memories with the people
too
that.
too true. Yep,
Mm.
true. But as I said, Brian, you're a star, mate. With you,
Oh,
you got me laughing with Fred in the car. He's got a skeleton in his car. Now, if that was me, if I was the police, I'd be dating a double take and I'd laugh my arse off. I'd pull him over and say, "Excuse me, your passenger, he needs a sandwich." I mean, I'm a thin little fucker, so I can imagine what the honestly, if I'd pull him over and say, "Excuse me, can you give me your passenger's date of birth?" It's 90, it was 1908. It's fucking brilliant, honestly. I've just got him for the cemetery. Funny, honey, funny you asking. I've wiped him clean. He's no fingerprints, by the way. And your DNA, you're fucked with that unless you drill into his bones.
he
But
says, "Yeah, this fella was hitching a lift to the cemetery."
Oh, it's brilliant. Honestly,
Brian,
it's just brilliant. Aye.
you know what I found, Brian? And I was thinking, not that I didn't buy it. Obviously, I
Excuse me.
thought of Brian. for Halloween decorations. It's a cat and a skeleton of a cat, and it was light up and moving. And I just thought, oh, that's Brian. He needs
Yeah,
that to go with his other
I'm
skeleton.
sure it. You know something funny enough? You saying that? I think he did love a cat, and
No,
it was on Matt Gnarly. It was like something Pet Cemetery. That's what I think I said to him. Like something fucking Pet Cemetery, mate. You just
I
it
must
looks
have missed that.
brilliant.
Damn it. Damn it.
I
I'll
tell
have to
you
go back
what.
with them
Your
again.
other half, Brian, you must have her head demented. Nah, she was just as nice and about it, and I think so. See for the kids,
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. 100 out of 100 effort. I really
Oh,
mean that.
I used to do on mad things like that when mine were small, and sometimes, like, because I'd hate taking down the Halloween, because Halloween is my vibe. Christmas I could do without, but Halloween is my jam, big time. And
Uh,
the kids would be like, "Oh, leave them up." So sometimes I would leave the Halloween decorations up and put up the decorations while the kids, when the kids are young, I used to put them up really early in
uh.
November, and I'd leave the Halloween up and I'd leave Christmas up. So the kids would come into
Yeah.
my house very fucking confused. Okay, what's happening? The
What's that?
Halloween
What's
is
going
Christmas.
on? You
Yeah,
you got you've got a fucking skeleton hanging off the Christmas tree. But funny with Guy Fawkes with the fireworks. There
yeah.
wasn't many last night, and I feel I feel really bad for like people with pets. I've got two cats, but for some fun enough, Floki, he if a human being walks past, he jumps in the fucking window. Well, with her Suki, she's up at the window as if she, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, what's happening like? Yeah, just imagine her
Somebody's
with
robbing
Stanley
somebody.
knife in one hand, or screwdriver in the other. What's going on? She's a pure gangster. But and we Sydney, my neighbour's cat, Sydney, with a half an ear, he would go out,
Oh,
she would go out and bite his fucking other ear off and tell him, listen,
my
this
territory.
area is my I was looking for the word, thank you. This is my territory. Say the fuck out of my garden, you shit. She is brilliant. She really is. And her hair's starting to finally grow back after a reoperation to get
Oh,
fixed.
yeah.
Um,
Female
but
cats are very vicious. Like, I mean, they're very vicious
and
female
can they? Are they? I didn't know I'm going to start being really fucking nice to her.
cats.
As
They're
I
learning
said,
the hard way.
as I said, she doesn't really. She's not really a me to meet like we meet. But oh my fucking god, with Sam,
Oh yeah.
she was all over her, and I mean the house coat. I bought Sam. It was a present. Well, it wasn't a present. It was a house coat that she really liked, and I bought her one. And the pockets were down at her knees. It was
Oh,
just miles too long. So I bought, and she loves the color green. So I bought her the green one,
oh, lovely.
with the green, just green cuffs. That's what fucking
Yeah.
was. I could have dyed them green. I mean, and when and the cat, it just it will lie on her on
Oh,
top of the house coat and on her arm and that. She doesn't
oh.
come fucking anywhere near me like that.
Put
I try to clap her and she runs away.
put the
She's
dressing gown on. Put the
yeah,
dressing gown.
do you know something? I'm going to. I'll be like fucking Ed Gein or no Ed, whatever serial killer dresses his mother. Psycho, Norman Bates. I remember years ago when
I
my
want
mum,
a picture of this dressing gown rubbing cat person. I want you to take a picture later on.
my mother was terrified of Psycho. I remember one year, and I literally did. God forbid me, God forgive me, God forbid me, God forbid me, God forgive me. I grabbed a kitchen knife, big fucking butcher knife, came out of the block,
Oh no.
and I went through, and I didn't have a wig or that, and I had like like a dressing gown, but it was one.
Yeah.
It looked like fucking Mrs. I looked like Mrs. Doubtfire, a skinny Mrs. Doubtfire, and I went through, and I'm going, mother, and she shut herself. She sort of backed off,
Oh,
and I think she banged into the stereo, and
oh,
when the stereos were a thing. and she was shitting, and she would absolutely shit herself. And I was, mum, come on, you can see my face in that. And I put the knife away. She went absolutely fucking ballistic at me. Don't you dare! You could have tripped and that. Mum, I was 100 fucking yards away from you. How could I trip and the knife go into you? Do you know what I mean? But it was silly at the time, but to me, it was
I,
fucking hilarious. It was
I,
absolutely hilarious. And every
I,
time I mention mother, she
oh,
and funny,
okay.
when Maddie calls Sam, when she's like, if she's on the phone, she'll say, Mother. And it always reminds me of the, well, she doesn't say it all the time, but she'll say it every now and again. She'll go, Mother, blah, 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 blah. And it just, it always reminds me of me with my wee mum.
Oh,
It's fucking brilliant. But as you say, there again, it's just all memories. But it's like big, getting back to just quickly, I'll not keep you on too long. Big Ed
okay.
Kemper. I love him. I was fucking with Sam going, oh, the co-ed. So somebody else was doing the murders with him, eh? And I knew exactly, but I was a bit confused what co-ed meant. I didn't. I'm no fucking American. I didn't know. So co-ed, naturally, it's guys and girls. I
Yeah.
didn't know that's what it was. They should make it an easier fucking word.
Oh,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, like men, M-E and W-O. Ken, Mewo, and right, oh, Mewo, men, women. But I think for ages I was like that. Aye, eating Maddie as well. Big Ed. Aye, with the co-ed. Aye, fucking Ed and co. So somebody was helping him doing it. But look, he
yeah.
is some. I kept saying to Sam, he is some size. She went, John, I know he's some fucking size. I was like, but he's really, really big. I mean, you see him next to the prison officers, they're fucking tiny. It's like you could snap their necks, and it's not when you could like. I seen I think it was a documentary, and the guy's going to speak to him. I think maybe about a serial killer to get his advice, and he's like that. Would you like a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, or tea, or? And he was so polite. This guy is so polite with him,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
well,
like
he used to drink in the bars with him. Like he'd go into the bars when, especially when the murders happened, and he'd be sitting down talking to the police about the murders. Like and yeah, I mean they were like he's the gentle giant is what they coined him. Because he was just
uh,
so
I
really
heard that.
yeah
Aye, I
and
heard that he would be in the
really
bar and he would sort
yeah.
of. So do you think? So do you think that that was a, or do you know if you know? I wasn't. I didn't know. Was that a thing that he'd done purposely to find out what they knew, or do you
Yeah,
think it was just a thing?
I think it was a bit of both, to be
Uh,
honest.
did
Because
he
the
want
guard,
to be a police officer?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, I think
did he? Aye,
I
right. I
think
wasn't sure.
I think he wanted to be, but again, I'm going to have to go and dig into what I know about him as well. I actually can't remember, but I do think he wanted to be a police officer or something similar to that. Maybe Salty might correct me if she knows. For that.
She,
I'll have to brush up on.
Her and Maddie are like a fucking encyclopedia
Yeah, I'd
about
have to
all
brush
these
up.
shit. Aye,
I'd have to brush up
real
on it.
quick.
But yeah, no, I do think he wanted to be a police officer or something
Right.
in that area. I'm not entirely sure. But no, he had a lot of friends on the police force, and
Ah,
he would join them in the bars in the evening. He'd buy them a beer, whatever, sitting around chatting about it. Highway patrol, but he was too tall. That was it. Thank you, Salty. Yeah, he
and
wanted to.
somebody put that. Oh, did Sam put
Yeah,
that? Oh, right. It's a highway patrol. See, as you said, it's too tall. I mean, he was like what? He was
yeah,
just under. Would he have just been under 7 foot
yeah.
or something?
Yeah, he was huge. Like he's
Aye.
a giant man, you know.
Another guy that I felt a bit bad for, and I'm sorry, guys, that's in chat. I mean, I know I sound like a fucking maniac, an idiot,
No.
but another guy that I actually feel a wee bit bad for because another one that was conditioned sort of by his mother,
Yeah.
and like he would go when he went in that night, and he said, "Mum," and she, "Oh, I suppose you wanted to sit up and talk all night."
Yeah.
And that's what that was the thing where he cut her, he decapitated her, and he buried her head, looking up at his window or whatever. so
Yeah.
he could tell her to fuck off. I don't know what it was, but as I said, Sam was filling me in and all it, and I think I think Maddie was right into like watching things with serial killers, and especially, as I said, especially Dahmer and Sam. But I don't know if it's just been American. I don't know. No, it's no, because everybody over the world knows about them. But
Oh
as
yeah,
I say,
these are hugely fascinating people. Like, I mean, it's just the psychology of what goes on in their heads. How do they come to the point of where they done their first victim, or how, and then what it does to their brains when they've killed somebody and they've gotten away with it, and
yeah.
then
I feel
whatever it
bad with the
was.
mother part.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I keep interrupting you. Sorry, Wicked. But with the mother part, that's where I
yeah,
feel bad, because it's like they get so traumatized and so messed up, so fucked up
yeah,
by the mother. It's like they go on. It's like a tunnel vision, and then it splinters. Like you imagine a tunnel vision, and we splinters off, and then it's boom, kill this,
yeah.
kill that. I'm no psychologist, and certainly no crime
Mm.
buff, but I'm just sort of guessing if that's what happens with these people, and that's how, like Ed Kemper, he killed a lot of people. Now, if one of any of the families was listening to me right now, and I said I feel a bit sorry for him, the reason I feel sorry for him is because he comes over to me as being someone, a gentle giant.
Mm.
But the families, if I was one of them, I would be saying, look, are you kidding me? He's a fucking monster. He
Yeah,
murdered my daughter, blah, 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 blah. You know
I,
what I mean? So I can
yeah.
absolutely, totally, 1000% understand exactly where other people are coming from. But it's just,
Look at Bundy or John Wayne Gacy. Look at what
I,
they were really nice men. They were fantastic men.
I. But see, it's funny enough, it's weird, Wickham, because Ted Bundy, I have no sympathy for that man. But he was an very intelligent, and I really disliked the judge when he complimented at the end of at the end of it, and he says, you're a great, you're a really or whatever he said, but and then he said something along the lines of, I would have liked to have uh, argued with you in court. Absolutely, he was, and he would have been a really good lawyer, but I didn't like the way the judge the it's not even the judge. I didn't take. It's not I didn't take to him, because I didn't take to serial killers, but he's one person that I thought, fuck you. You know what I mean? It's just nah.
About that, folks. Sorry about that.
Have I lost you? I
I
think I've
don't know
lost
what
you.
happened there. I'm back. Are you still up, Cass? Oh God.
Hello?
This is great. I'm dropping. He's dropping. Um. Okay. Well, listen. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. Cass, if you can hear me, darling, I'm gonna end this now, love. It's 3:30, and I really do have to get going. Yeah, you've gone, but I'm
What the
gonna
hell's
go now
happened?
as well,
I don't know
darling.
what's happened.
I actually have to get going. But what we'll do is we might do a case every other week. We'll decide who we want to have a look at, and then maybe do a live on them the following week. So you can all kind of brush up on whichever serial killer that you find interesting, and we can have a look at it the following week. But there definitely are some ones that that guy Fish, he's a very interesting character to me on a psychology basis. So yeah, he's definitely one I probably will do after this one. So I hope you're all looking forward to that. But yeah, so have a look at this thing that's on
Anything.
Netflix.
I don't
If
know.
you
I
don't want to
thought I'd
watch it on
turned the
Netflix,
volume
there's
down or
plenty of
something.
stuff on YouTube
Um,
about him, and
Even
yeah,
the
we can have a
chat.
chat about
When
it
I'm
next
looking at the
week.
chat, it's
So
like it's
everybody,
froze.
enjoy your weekend. Have a fantastic time. She's wrapping up. Oh yeah. So yeah, I can't hear you, darling. Anyway, so I'm gonna go. So everybody have a fantastic time. I'll love you and leave you, and see you next week. Love y'all. Thanks for coming up, Cass. Thanks for dropping in the info, Salty. And we'll see you all next week. Mwah. Bye.